Hello and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Now, we've done pretty much everything that is to do around here, except for one thing. Well, there's other things we could do. We could send the body to processing, but I'm just not gonna do that. Because why would Tequila Sunset bother with that? He doesn't care. One thing we can do, we can investigate one of the apartments. I must have... Or we must have investigated the apartment, right? And we report back to the cleaning lady. We're quickly gonna do that, and everything else takes us to the other side of the waterlock. So we're just finishing up over here. And then I guess we're gonna go somewhere else. Let's go in here. Talk to the cleaning lady.
Give me a moment.
The cleaning lady still seems to be having difficulty breathing. I didn't find any counterculture people in apartment 10. It was just a real estate agent setting up the room for new tenants.
I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
Okay, yes, radio computer wizards are coming. They're gonna save the place and the economy. No one is coming. There will be nothing but squalor unless we start killing real estate agents. Lax women and sexual deviants, that's who's coming. Spit on, I assume on the ground. I'm sure everything will be fine. This apartment building needs slow change, imperceptibly slow. Do we want a coin or do we want to take some morale damage? I guess I'm siding with the coin today.
I do like wizards, and people like that in general. They have a lot to tell us about our fates.
Mm-hmm.
She means clairvoyance.
Exactly. Okay, so with that done, I'm gonna leave again. And I guess it's time to go across the waterlock. We should restock some of the traps, I think. We have to find Classier's buoy. We have to ask about Ruby. We have to check the locations from the visual calculus moment that we had. And yeah, I guess there isn't that much more to do before kicking off the endgame, essentially. I think the rhetoric check for Sealang is open though, for to get some more money from him. Right?
The speakers below.
No, not the speakers, not the speakers. Let's just talk to Sealang.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Okay, let's try to persuade him.
No need to dress this one up. Just tell him what you want.
Okay then. I want your money now.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm corrupt,
yes.
etc.
Are you trying to ask for a...
Sorry, detective.
Yeah, okay, so that didn't work out. That was a nice critical failure. You love to see it. Okay, let's keep going then. It's not that important anyways. We don't really need that much money going forward. Like, we have, I think, plenty of morale healing. I don't think we need much more than that. Let's interact with the first trap here.
The locusts aren't doing all too well, but they're still in there. This isn't the empty trap.
Okay.
That must have been another one. That one was in Land's End, in the northern tip of this peninsula.
Right, yeah, it was a specific one. Let's go there then. I think I'll do the, you know, not as relevant stuff first. Before looking for Ruby. Seems the walker was either very confused or drunk out of his mind. I know the answer to that one. We all do. Okay. Before we do any of that, let's go past this village. Now, Land's End was the buoy that we... not the buoy, the trap that we need to restock, and the buoy was closer to where the cryptozoologists are, I think. So, let's do this first, and then go back to where the cryptozoologists are. While we're going, we can check out Land's End for potential shooting locations. Also, forgot that this thing is here.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
Could the structure have been used to take the shot?
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Okay, let's try to interfacing it open.
You rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut.
Yeah, I think this jack is actually impossible to succeed. I think not just difficulty level impossible, as far as I know, it's actually entirely impossible to open it. The door's shut tight. How can we get in there?
We don't get in there.
What do you mean? We get into, like, everywhere?
Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through every single door.
No. We've gotten into every door thus far. That's what we do. We open doors. We're cops. That's our perk. Even Everard knew that's a part of our MO.
But that's who I am, who we are.
Yeah, I understand you. I like opening doors as much as the next guy. But this one is simply beyond repair and we don't have the resources needed to open it. Relax, no one's hiding in there. If we can't open it, others can't either. And thus they can't get in.
He looks at the door with a rueful smile. Okay, let's move on. Where exactly was the trap again? There it is.
The reeds dance slowly around the empty trap. The trap's netting trembles, shaking off the snow. No insect sounds or movement anywhere.
Let's release the locusts into the empty trap.
The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here.
True.
Good. Now that's done. When can we get to our impending apocalypse of a murder investigation? Don't answer that. It was a rhetorical question.
He doesn't want to, but if there is one more cryptozoological runaround, he must force the investigation back on track. This better be it.
That's it. Hopefully, right? Report to Lena and the Whirling. Okay, so there is something else that we can do. And I'll do that soon enough. Luckily, there is teleportation, so that's
Is there
fine.
something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freitor. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. In the whirling in rags.
Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator?
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year.
He looks around.
Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out... Biddable Prime, was it?
Maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower took the shot there?
It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
The lieutenant looks up, raising his collar.
It does look extremely rickety, and wouldn't help much either.
What about the cigarette butts?
Those? A smoking assailant who favors Tumutiri to Astra or Joanne? Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for all men.
Still, you felt it was important enough to make a mental note. That means something. You didn't pay attention to any of the other cigarette butts on the coast.
I look over the water to the whirling in rags.
There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, through a thick snowstorm melting flake by flake in the waves, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. The light is off on the third floor of the whirling in rags. The young woman is gone, in precinct 57. Safe, closed off. Her form no longer moves behind the glass there.
Okay, finish the thought. There was another dot showing up, but well, it's gone now. Oh, there it is. This relay tower coordinates boat traffic in the bay. Barely. Okay, so this has been ruled out. And I guess we'll say goodbye to Land's End. and leave. Let's zoom out as far as we can so we make sure we don't miss anything. There's just the Phasmid trap. Okay. By the way, can you tell that my mouse is a bit old and broken? Because I'm not letting go of my right mouse button. The quick moments where it stops are entirely the mouse's design. Okay, since we are right here and can teleport from here, let's go over here to the Martinez waterfront real quick. I thought we wouldn't come back, but yeah, we should tell Lena about the restocked, not Phasmids, locusts, to complete the quest.
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar face.
The elderly woman smiles up at you, hopefully. I restocked the empty trap. Where's Morel?
Thank you for doing that, dear.
She manages a smile for you.
Her smile is weary. Her earlier ebullience has left her.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
Only the hardcore players left, huh? It's probably for the best. It's awfully cold out there in those reeds. He gives up and I'm running around? Let's go with that one, it's kind of rude.
I'm sorry, dear. It was me. I made him go home. He gets so stubborn about these things. Luckily, his cough kept him from arguing with me.
So who's going to check the traps?
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
Once more into the breach then, take it on with undue optimism.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself.
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up.
Lena, what's wrong? You seem different.
Different? How?
The half moons of her glasses reflect you as she looks up at you. You've given up on the Phasmid.
I'm in doubt, sweetie. That's all. Everyone is now and then.
You're in doubt? About what?
It's a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer.
And when a police officer asks, you must answer.
Okay.
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream? Seeing the Insulindian Phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
But Morel told me you'd seen it. You also told me.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
A terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
Are you saying you made it up? You seem to really believe it happened. Doesn't that count for something? So you haven't seen it? I should arrest you for lying. I'll go with number 3 here.
Oh, sweetie, I wish it were that simple, but it's not. Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the Phasmid's existence. That I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That. And for years, his belief made me believe too.
That I am a queen, an extraordinary witness to grace.
But now, we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything. He's hiding. These things are tough on him. Matters of love, not violence or deceit.
Okay, we could do the suggestion. Tell her that I still believe you saw the Phasmid. First, tell her that her marriage hasn't been a lie. Thing is, you're not sure you made it up either. Okay, it's a false memory. It doesn't mean all cryptids aren't real. Chase another one. You're right about all of it, and I need to get back to my work. Do we try to actually help them out? I mean, we're so deep in the bad cop side of things that wouldn't really matter. But on the other hand, it is a bad cop run. What do we do here? You're right about all of it, and I need to get back to my work. We could succeed that, but that would be a good thing to do. Okay, it's a false memory. Doesn't mean all cryptids aren't real. Chase another one.
Of course not. I didn't mean to say my situation discredits the field. There have been some confirmed discoveries, and a lot of hoaxes too, but still.
She looks to the door.
Rising, unfolding from the reeds on a hot summer's day, like a benevolent god.
Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
Are you sure you don't need help getting to Gary's? You do that, I'll check the traps one more time. Be careful out there. It's been a pleasure. The rest of it is pretty grim. Thanks for bringing some light. Be careful out there.
You too, sweetie. Thank you for everything, truly. Even though it turned out to be a...
The sentence remains unfinished.
A waste of time. A dream. A fool's hope. Say her lips moving in silence. Like that, she drives off. The gas engine putters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside, it's snowing.
We should go too.
Okay.
Somewhere out there, a kilometer to the southeast, a gust of wind shakes the felled building, rattling dusty windows, beckoning with strange coldness, to ask the wind once more.
Okay, interesting. Okay, with that, I think we're gonna head out and go back to the church, I guess we could go next. Yeah, let's go to the church. From there, we are gonna get the buoy, I guess. Then to the village, ask about Ruby. Yeah, let's keep going. I'm gonna leave the mural up there for later. We'll see, we'll see. Now, do we have the buoy over here? That looks like it. Could this be the buoy Clasier told you about?
A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash, but if you look closer...
That, over there, must be the boy class you told us about. The one she hid her passport in. We should take a look.
Let's pick it up.
You lift the boy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut.
Let's examine the plastic ball.
The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
Let's shake it, I guess.
There's something in there, splashing around.
Okay, then let's sniff it.
It smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version of the coast. Salt, industrial slop and decay.
And let's open it.
A shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae. And nothing else.
Well, damn.
We're lucky it's still here. A little longer and it would have floated away.
We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore.
No documents? Who do you think took them?
I have no idea.
The lieutenant taps his foot, frowning. This is a minor quirk. We know what was in the buoy anyways. This is a disaster. Everything is ruined. Let's go pessimistic here.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. This is only a small loose end. But I do wish we knew who took the documents.
It must have been Classie's enemies, which means she's in danger. Well, she's arrested. Maybe Classie took them herself. Could this be related to the cryptozoologists and their little expedition? I have no idea. Do you have any theories, Lieutenant? Since we don't trust Classie at all anymore, maybe we accuse her.
That may very well be the case. We should keep an eye on her. Nothing more for us to do here. Let's go.
You could ask the miss what she thinks, later if you have the time, though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point.
She won't tell me anything. She's not here anymore. Okay, I guess we'll return to the village now. Ask around. Also offer Idiot Doomspiral his jacket. Just for the experience points. And the dialogue. Okay, wait, over here I think? Yeah, there's the entrance to the village. Let's start over here with the drunks. Idiot Doomspiral. There's also stories we should get.
Tequila Sunset.
He nods in appreciation. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around here lately?
Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
It's a touchy topic. He hasn't got laid in ages.
Okay, here's your jacket, fresh washed.
My jacket?
Yeah, it was pretty filthy though, so I got it clean for you.
A look of consternation crosses the man's face. He looks at you, then at his bottle, then back at you.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Rosemary, what the fuck is Tequila talking about?
Aye, that's the jacket you stole 2 weeks ago. From the kid who was making it with his gal on the beach.
That's disgusting. I've never done anything like that in my life. You're both delusional. FALN. That's medium concept stuff.
It becomes abundantly clear to you how this man managed to lose his keys, business, friends, and girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm calling it. It's neurological.
Your loss. I'm keeping the jacket for myself.
That shit is so medium concept, I wouldn't touch it with a stick. But yeah, okay. I'm sure it looks great on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's an okay jacket, if you are into that look.
I got you some more booze. Can you tell me the next story now?
Of course. Drink first, story later.
Okay, here's a potent Pilsner, I guess. Oh, we could give the Commodore Red. Yes.
Classy.
That only has one charge, I think. He snatches the bottle and pushes the cork in through the bottleneck.
The tale I'm about to tell you is an urban legend particular to Martinez. That said, I first heard it from a former bicycle courier in Koran. There are many variations on the basic story, and the details often conflict. What everyone agrees on is that nobody knows the exact nature or identity of the phenomenon.
Are you telling the story of the Headless?
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. Summer of 44. 17-year-old Gertrude Het is walking home from a late shift at the harbor. It's almost midnight. She stops for a cigarette near the canal.
The streets are warmed by a southerly breeze. The lights of a passing motor carriage bloom and fade in the distance. In the harbor's dark, her cigarette is a beacon, dancing alone. The image comes to you effortlessly, as though you'd walked the same streets yourself 1,000 times.
Our heroine finds herself enjoying the peace and quiet the canal provides.
He looks up to the skies, as if searching for peace himself.
What she doesn't know is that her peace is about to be shattered. From behind her comes the clattering of hooves. Startled, she turns around, and what does she see?
The Giant of Coconur?
What? No, I told you this is a Martinez legend. It's a man with no head on his shoulders, wearing a FALN tracksuit, searching for the legendary FALN cap that went missing when he lost his head.
Wait, I thought the Headless FALN rider rode a bull. Show him the figurine? Sure.
I thought that he rode a headless pig.
The lieutenant says with a little smirk.
Well, there are many versions of this story, the most peculiar of which has the headless FALN rider riding on the back of another headless man.
That's super spooky.
Yes. According to legend, young Gertrude Het had to endure years of psychotherapy before she was able to look at a horse or tracksuit again. And she's one of the lucky ones.
He takes a sip from his bottle.
Gertrude Het may have been the first to witness the Headless FALN rider, but she wasn't the last. Oh no.
Tell him about the two feminists by the locks.
Fuck, Rosemary, they were dating. No one said they were feminists. Everyone always misremembering this stuff.
This wouldn't be the De Ponte Delgado case, would it?
What? You know it?
I read the case file. But please, go on.
Right. Early autumn of 46. Ulla de Pont and Eva Delgado are fishing near the waterlock long after the sun has set. The wind picks up. A sky already dark now blackens. Water starts falling from above. The first cold rain of the season.
Two women stand on a small outcropping of rocks. One of them is wearing a purple raincoat. Thin lines reach out from the rods into the sea. Small droplets start appearing on the surface with increasing frequency.
Thank you, Shivers, for chiming in with those stories. Honestly, Shivers' best stat. That's just fact. Let's be real.
The women are caught in the downpour. They act quickly. Eva gathers the rods whilst Ulla turns around to reach for the tackle box.
Don't turn around. Don't turn around.
When she sees something, her shriek is so violent that the residents of the nearby apartment building believe lightning has struck. But there is no lightning. Only a heavy downpour and the silhouette of the Headless FALN rider looming on the horizon. Ulla makes a run for the shore, but Eva slips on a wet rock and disappears into the cold, cold canal with nary a sound. Her body is never recovered.
He looks you straight in the eye. What did the case file say? Or what happened to Ulla de Pont? Let's ask Doomspiral because we're not friends with Kim in this one. What happened to Ulla de Pont?
Word on the street is that she... you know...
He makes a finger pistol with his right hand and lifts it up to his chin.
gave herself facial deconstruction surgery. Real grisly stuff.
That part, at least more or less, corresponds to the case file.
See? Told you.
The man takes a long, self-satisfied sip.
Anyway, that's the story of the Headless FALN rider. Pretty crazy, huh?
Who was the Headless rider before he died?
Well, Tequila, that's part of the legend. No one knows for sure. There are a couple of possibilities, though. Some say he was an undercover cop who blew his cover and got beheaded by the vicious gang he had infiltrated. Now he rides, searching for his lost-found cap, plotting revenge.
O Headless brother, where art thou?
Others claim he was a professional jockey who veered off course during a steeplechase, ended up in somebody's backyard, and got decapitated by an exceptionally taut clothesline.
Even decapitation couldn't stop his commitment to the sport. Are you that committed?
Yes, coach. Yes, coach.
Personally, I think he was just some guy who hanged himself from a really tall tree, and the fall was so violent that his head came clean off. Coincidentally, at that exact moment, a horse happened to pass under him, and his beheaded corpse mounted it, where it remains to this day. But then, no one really knows.
For some reason, this does strike you as the most plausible theory of them all.
I've got to agree. Your theory sounds the most plausible.
Isn't it? All the pieces fit together perfectly. That's how I know it's right. Anyway, to each his own. You want to hear any other stories?
I've already seen some weird shit on this case. A headless jockey in a drag suit fits right in.
Hard to argue with that, I suppose.
That's the reality situation for you. You think you got a handle on it, then blam! It throws some wild shit at you. That's why it's critical to stay well hydrated.
That's nothing. I've got an even crazier story.
Yeah? Why don't you go eat shit, Tequila? There's no way you know a better one than that.
What about the Col de Mamadaqua? It's a magical self-replicating sound. The gnome of Jeroma dissolves its victim with acid. The giant of Kokonur is as big as a mountain. There's the kind green ape. It's very kind and green. Yeah, actually, you're right. Nothing comes to mind. The Col de Mamadaqua.
I have to admit, that's pretty high concept. Still not as awesome as a headless rider in a FALN tracksuit, though.
Okay, whatever became of the Headless FALN rider?
No one knows. Some say he stalks Martinez to this day, and can be seen near the canal when the clock strikes midnight.
He makes a spooky gesture with his free hand.
He won't, though, because it's just a stupid legend.
Aye. I saw him one night when I was right shit-faced.
I can believe that.